Once upon a time, in a great green room, there was a little bunny getting ready for bed. The room was cozy and filled with things that made the bunny feel safe and comfortable. There was a picture of the cow jumping over the moon, a red balloon, and a little toy house. The room also had a quiet old lady whispering, "Hush." As the little bunny snuggled into bed, he looked around the room and began to say goodnight to everything he saw. "Good night, room," he whispered softly. "Good night, moon," he said, gazing at the big, bright moon outside his window. "Good night, cow jumping over the moon," he said, looking at the picture on the wall. "Good night, light, and the red balloon," he murmured, noticing the soft glow of the lamp and the balloon floating gently in the room. "Good night, bears, good night, chairs," the bunny said, nodding to the two little bears sitting in chairs by the fireplace. "Good night, kittens, and good night, mittens," he continued, spotting the two kittens playing with yarn and the mittens hanging by the bed. "Good night, clocks, and good night, socks," he said, as the clock ticked softly and the socks lay neatly folded. "Good night, little house, and good night, mouse," he whispered, seeing the toy house and the little mouse peeking out from a hole in the wall. "Good night, comb, and good night, brush," he said, as he noticed his comb and brush on the bedside table. "Good night, nobody, good night, mush," he added, smiling at the empty chair and the bowl of mush left on the table. "Good night to the old lady whispering hush," he said, as the old lady smiled and nodded gently. Finally, the little bunny whispered, "Good night, stars, good night, air, good night, noises everywhere." The room grew quieter and more peaceful with each good night. The little bunny felt safe, warm, and loved. As he closed his eyes, he knew that everything in his great green room was in its place, and he drifted off to sleep, surrounded by all the things he loved.